Hey folks, so today I'm going to be making a flower farm. Now this farm is based on a tutorial originally done by JC Plays. There will be obviously his name and his link up on the screen at some point. I forgot at which part. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, as I said, this was original tutorial by JC Plays, and I had to sort of keep stopping and starting when I was recording this to rewatch little bits and make sure I had everything. I know I had everything in the shulker box because I came prepared beforehand, made sure I had everything prepped. Except for the repeater. The repeater is wrong. It wasn't a repeater I needed, it was the other thing. But I've also put a little message in the video when we get to that point anyway. But if anybody watches my channel and has been here for a long time, you will know that I do not do redstone. I am not good at redstone, but considering this is a Divergence server, I have been trying to put myself out there and do things that I am not usually comfortable with, and that includes, redstone. And, it's all magic to me. It does not make sense, and considering that Java redstone and Bedrock redstone are different, I got very confused very early on when I was watching, unbeknownst to me, Java Minecraft players and trying to obviously imitate what they were doing and wondering, why is this not working for me? Why can I not get this to work? And that made me feel really dejected and really put me off trying redstone again. And it wasn't until, we figured out, all right, okay, there's two different versions of the game and they don't work the same way in both of them. Okay, right. So not only did it take me surprisingly long to figure that out, I also feel like if you're a noob to Minecraft and you're a newbie and you want to do redstone and you don't realize that there are differences between the two game formats, it can be really confusing for someone just starting out, especially if you're watching one of the big YouTubers, one of the most massive ones that does redstone. You guys might know who I'm indicating at. I'm not going to say his name, but he's predominantly a Java player, and most Minecraft players use Bedrock. And obviously, yeah, see, repeater is not right. Obviously that can be very confusing. So I had to take a break there because it was nighttime and there was mobs all over the place, and I really didn't want to try and continue doing this at night. So I thought, well, I went ancient debris mining a little while ago. I'll just change my ancient debris into ingots and, do that while I wait for it to become day again, because there was other Divergence on the server at the time and I didn't want to disturb them and ask hey, can you guys sleep? It's, I don't mind waiting around till daytime. I mean, theoretically, yep, see, I needed a comparator. Theoretically, if I didn't have these little notes in the video, I'd forget what I was talking about. Yeah, but as I said, theoretically, I could have finished the farm at night, but A, I didn't want to deal with mobs, and B, it's better during the day because obviously you guys get to see more of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and etc and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's mainly why I wanted to do it that way. As you see, I've got all the flowers in there. I do move all the flowers into their individual barrels later on, nearer to the grindstone thing there. I put them all in their little individual barrels because I want flower, a barrel for every flower essentially, and then I want to start converting the flowers into dye and then maybe sell the dye at spawn, either in my shop or set up I was thinking about setting up a little flower stand, but for dye, because obviously that's how you get most of the dye, apart from obviously black dye. There's a comparator turned on, and this is where I make my first redstone clock, because I ain't ever made a redstone clock before that I am aware of right now. I may have done in a previous video, but I can't remember ever doing it. So as you can see, first redstone clock. So this is going to be the legitimate first redstone clock. God knows in like 12 years if I come back and go, oh, this is my first redstone clock, I'll completely have forgotten about this video entirely. But hopefully by then I'll have more knowledge of how redstone works. As you can see, there's a creeper over there because it is overcast, because it is raining elsewhere on the server, and because I am in a mesa, I don't get rain, I just get the mobs. And that dude blew up my fence. I was not thrilled. I was not impressed. Dude was aggravating the crap out of me. So as you can see, it's still overcast. I'm thinking, like, should I just wait this out? I'm looking about, see if there's any other mobs. Is there any other mobs? Like, I keep looking about because I'm unsure, and it's still overcast, but I can't see any other mobs at the minute. So I'm a bit paranoid because I don't want a creeper coming over and blowing up my stuff, because I've got 2 shulker boxes sitting there as well, just out in the open, and I don't want them to get blown up, and I don't want my, in progress farm to get blown up, and it's just stress and anxiety at this point. I'm like, right, if this is going to work, it's going to be great, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fabulous, but it isn't just stress me out right now. So yeah, actually, I think I picked the shulker boxes. Yeah, I did pick the shulker boxes up. Yeah, so that's fine. Because I was worried about, a creeper's going to blow up my shulker boxes, and then what am I going to do? I've got important stuff in those shulker boxes, and one of them's named my purse, Kat's purse, which is the one I predominantly carry around with me, just for general, day-to-day Minecraft server stuff. But yeah, and the other one had all the stuff in it for this flower farm. So, but I have not ever made a flower farm before. I do kind of like how this works, and I was sort of thinking, can I do something similar with like cactus, or like with mushrooms, or with something else? But I think that's a little bit out there for me at the minute, because I do be a newbie to the redstone. I mean, I made the iron farm, and like, it was not the first iron farm I've ever made. I have trialed doing iron farms in survival before. I can't remember what tutorial I used for the iron farm, but I'm pretty sure it is linked either in the video or in the description of the video as to who made it, because I always try and remember to link the original creator, or, well, maybe not the original design creator, because, Minecraft redstone designs, they get about, I'm not saying they're seeing other people, but they're seeing all the people. So sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint who exactly created the original design for certain farms. But I got this one from JC Plays. Be sure to check out their channel. He has a lot of tutorials on how to do farms and certain stuff in Bedrock. And I find them very simple and easy to follow, which is great, because I do not find that with a lot of other Minecraft tutorial YouTubers. I think him and also Buster's designs are very easy to follow, and Amanchu's designs are very easy to follow, because obviously they break down and show you what they're doing, why they're doing it, what you need, all that sort of stuff, which is great. And not everybody does that. They just like show, I made this, and do it really fast and don't explain anything. And it just, I am a visual learner. I need to see how to do things before I can do the things, and being able to see that stuff is very handy for me. So yes, go check him out. He does a lot of tutorial stuff. He is not a member of Divergence. That's just I'm not paid to say this. It's just, someone I look up on YouTube when I need tutorials for things, as well as, other YouTubers that I follow, such as Buster and Amanchu. So if you want to go see more redstone content, I do recommend Buster and Amanchu's channels. Predominantly, not only because they're obviously Divergent on the server, but also because, as I said before, their stuff is you know, simple, easy to follow, and their videos are very well done, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Is it? Oh, sorry. My husband was looking for the telly buttons and he couldn't find them, despite the fact I put them in his chair for him. And now I'm getting a big sigh. But anyway, yes. So far so good. So we've got the pistons in. So I've never used pistons to move grass blocks before. I don't think I've used pistons to move any blocks before. But yeah, it's getting there, kind of, sort of, maybe. Like, I don't know why I have to remove the cobblestone block after I sort of put the other stuff down, but it does say in the tutorial to move the cobblestone block. I mean, I don't think it necessarily makes a difference, in my opinion, maybe just because it's surplus to requirements. I'm not sure. But obviously you'll see me stopping and starting quite a lot, and I'm just like looking up what to do next. And this video would be like 10 times slower had I not removed most of the stopping and starting and looking at the video and stuff. So I think I need to put in the dispenser. Yep, there we go. The dispenser is what's going to hold the bone meal in. So the flower that I want to farm is going to go in the little grass hole. So plant it there. And then the bone meal obviously goes in a dispenser. When I turn the farm on, the dispenser will dispense the bone meal onto the flower. As the pistons move the grass blocks back and forward, perpetually creating more flowers and breaking them at the same time. So you get like a lot of flowers pretty quickly, which is handy and ideal. Because obviously if any flowers that I don't need, I can always repurpose and make more bone meal, which, you know, kind of seems a bit ridiculous, but anyway, I can make a bone meal farm for that, you know. But yeah, my purpose is to make dye, and I do want to make mostly concrete, but I also want to sort out my sheep as well. If anybody's seen Diggins videos recently, Diggin Truths, her link is in the description, as is all the other Divergence. She has this awesome sheep, automatic sheep shearing, multicolored rainbow thing, which just like blows my mind. It is epic. I love it. It's not only because it's like rainbows, and you guys know me, I love rainbows. Like and subscribe rainbow at the start of my videos. So if you are new here and you do like the content, please consider liking and subscribing, hit the bell, yada yada yada. Yeah. So her automatic sheep shearer thing sort of inspired me to want to do something with my sheep, because in my long-term survival world, I do have all the different colours of sheep, and I do have them all segregated. I don't know if that's the right word. Separated into their own little individual pens. But they just kind of roam free and do their own thing. And, you know, I come up, feed them if I need more babies, shear them when I need more wool, etc., etc. But currently I don't have any wool. And if I want to make anything like big and creative or arty later on, I may want lots of coloured wool. So unless she's going to start selling that, digging, hint, 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 then, you know, I need to pull my finger out and get it done myself. So for that, I need all the dyes, and what better way to do that than a flower farm. Now, I did look at different designs for this flower farm, and there were ones that had like individual bits for all the flowers. You put them in separately, but I think one where I just need to change the flower in and out and replace the bone meal every so often. I think that's going to work for me, because it's a pretty small farm compared to some of the other ones that I looked at. Obviously, it's not fully automatic, as you will see later on, because I do need to obviously replace the flowers that I want to reproduce, and obviously I do need to manually put in the bone meal every so often. And there probably could be a way that I could set up a hopper and a chest to constantly fill the dispenser with more bone meal, but given where the dispenser is, and I don't think I could do that easily, because obviously you can see the redstone running from the blocks. Obviously I'm currently looking at the dispensers right now, but the bit I'm standing on, you can see the redstone running, and that runs right on top of the dispenser. So I can't place a hopper directly on top of the dispenser with a chest to funnel in more bone meal. So it is what it is at the minute. There is limitations to this farm. If you were so inclined, obviously you could take this design and moderate it to the extent that, you know, you could always have more hoppers coming out like a different angle, or moderate it so that you could include the chest with the bone meal and such, so you wouldn't have to be doing it all the time. Like if you were wanting to do vast amounts of flowers at a time, because this thing does produce like a ton of flowers, as you will see at the end, so hang in for that at the minute. Right, I'm going to go down. I do need to do more. I have been doing a lot of ancient debris mining, mainly because the 1.20 update is coming up on us fast. We don't know exactly when it's coming to come out. I think it's going to come out in July, but who knows? It could be May. It could be June. And I don't want to be caught off guard with them saying, oh, by the way, the update's coming out in a week. Because they have done that before. You know, that is not unheard of. They have done that before, where it's like, oh, by the way, this big update's coming out in like a couple of days. And just not tell everybody beforehand when exactly it's coming out. So I have been grinding off camera away in the nether over and over and over and over again to get as much netherite as I possibly can. And I'm a bit at a loss of what to do with it at the minute, because I think I've got about 27 ingots so far. And in order to use it pre 1.20, because you will need armor trims post 1.20, I'm going to have to make armor and tools with it now. But then I have the thing of I've just got this surplus bunch of netherite armor and tools lying about in case I die. I mean, I suppose, which is fine, because even if I don't die... Oh, moment truth. Yes! It's so pretty. Look at it go. It says this design works very well. But I'm so happy it actually worked the first time. I didn't have to go in and rejiggle things. I did, however, try to put like a lovely nice box around it later on, and that's dispensing the water to thingy everything. It doesn't work quite so well, because as you can see, some of the flowers get stuck in the block, some of the flowers get stuck at the hopper, but a lot of them do go in. So if you're not too fussy about picking up some stuff manually, then you can just, you know, it's fine. I mean, if you're more neurotic about it and want it to be fully automatic, then that's something you're gonna have to work at. As you can see, I tried to put some blocks around it to keep it sort of mob proofed, and I had to take a lot of them down, especially over the roof, because half of it stopped working for some reason. I couldn't figure out. It's like, right, I'm gonna have to take this bit off now again, which it was a bit of a pain. But I thought, right, well, if I just keep the walls up, because the walls seem to be fine, and then put buttons along these bits to stop any mobs spawning on top of these blocks, and I've got gates on either side to stop mobs from getting in, and as you can see, there's torches lining the walls inside to make sure it's well lit. Hopefully nothing will come in and blow it up. Fingers crossed. It is what it is. So yes, please remember to start if you have a long-term world and you want to obviously get a lot of ancient debris while you can. Please remember to go do it now, because we don't know when the 1.20 update is coming out. It could be very, very soon. It could be very late. We just don't know, and you do not want to be caught off guard and unprepared with having not done it, and they say, oh, by the way, this update's coming in a week. And if you're the sort of person like me that tends to have things set to automatically update, and maybe you go away for a week on holiday with your family, you come back and the new update's out and you've not done anything about it, you're going to be screwed. You're going to be screwed. So, do it now. It'll be fine. Just get the brunt of it out the way. And like, even if you've got like, a stack of netherite stuff, like 4 or 5 look at me, 4 or 5 backup pieces of armor. I mean, that's going to do you a long time. If your stuff is like fully enchanted, you got mending on it, there is no reason for you to use backup armor as long as you don't die horrifically in the end with the Elytra using it for the first time like I did. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the flower farm, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.